Hey guys, so yeah, this is my follow-up to the first Jazzmaster video about where I made my conclusions about the Jazzmaster, but I think those conclusions were a little bit too quick. I'd spent a day or two with the Jazzmaster, and really I was coming at it from a point of view that was like having known Fender Stratocasters, Fender Telecasters, your run-of-the-mill, everybody has them kind of Fenders, and then seeing this and seeing kind of the difference, it was sort of my explanation of the differences. But as far as me liking it, that's totally turned around. This is my new favorite guitar, and out of the Tele, the Strat, and this is the last one that I would sell. This is definitely my surf rock guitar. And really what made the difference was just spending some time with it and learning this trem system. At first when I got it, and I had no idea how it was supposed to really be set up. It was set up like totally wrong. It was like the screw was like way down. It was like down here, so that when it would run into that thing all the time, just doing basic, tremolo stuff. It just didn't feel right. But once I got it set to the right height, I put a little, lubricant in here, which like doesn't make it sag at all. It's just perfect. And I love it. So I've gotten to know it, and I just realized like basically the Strat is not really, it's too sensitive to get the kinds of sounds that really are the classic surf rock sounds. So whereas it was easy for me, it wasn't right. So learning this was really key. So now that I've learned that, that's awesome. Another thing that I noticed is that I was also wrong about this neck. The neck is great. I was right that it's designed for jazz, because it being a long scale, it has kind of the bigger area in the frets for you to get those big chords. I mean, there's a lot of chords that I really can't do on my other guitars because they're just so cramped in there. So I actually enjoyed that. I liked that about this, but when you try to play a lot of surf rock stuff, like any kind of like 12 bar blues where you're like moving your pinky over that way, it's too far, it's too big to really be comfortable. It's not like not doable, it's just not as comfortable. So I think the Jag would have been ideal here. I did spend a lot of time with the Jag, years ago for a while, but I just was too young and didn't even know what a Jag was really. All I knew is that Kurt Cobain played one, right? I didn't know it was a surf rock guitar. So I never used the trem. I don't even know if the bar was in there. And the pickups, I mean, I wasn't really thinking of them as like, let's try to get these kinds of tones. I was more thinking of, can this guitar do what I'm already doing? Which is, it wasn't the best way to approach a Jag, but now that I appreciate instruments more, this is the way that I'm thinking about them. Like, what is this instrument good for? How do I get those tones out of it? So this thing is amazing for surf rock. The pickups are really cool, and they're really clear, and they just like, you can hear every note when you play a chord. So they work really well. I don't know, maybe the Jag is probably better, but these are phenomenal. These are the American vintage 65 reissue, I think. But yeah, a couple other things that I notice are, let's see. So this bridge, everybody complains about this bridge. And frankly, I don't see it. I've never knocked a string out of, this is the vintage style, right? With all the, it's like they're threaded, right? Never knocked a string out of there. I don't think you should really be playing that hard. I don't think you should be bending really at all because you have the trem system. And I just haven't experienced it, but I could see that maybe these are shallower, especially on a vintage one. Maybe these have worn down. So I could see them popping out. But the other thing that I noticed is that even if they were to pop out, I actually redid this. Is at first it was buzzing. So I realized you have to have the string pretty close to the center. You can't just like put it wherever you want, right? So it was buzzing pretty bad. But once I fixed that, no more buzzing. I adjusted the neck and it's all perfect now. I realized something about when I was changing these is that here. So let's just hit like kind of a G. Like not perfect tuning, right? But let's just move these over all over the place, right? Let's move that over here, this over there. Let's go that way. Let's go this way. Let's like jump two, right? Over there. All right, let's check it again, right? Right? I mean, that sounds about the same. And that's the thing that I really notice is that, people say that, oh, isn't it annoying? You hit the thing, it knocks a string out, and then it's all out of tune. That's not really true. I mean, I'm just showing you that right now. You can pretty much move these wherever, and it's not really going to affect the tuning of the guitar because they're still the same length away. They're still just, you know, they're just, they're hardly any difference. And so nothing actually happens. I move them back pretty much still the same semi out of tune. So yeah, I mean, I think that some of the things that people say about the guitar are right. Some of the things are wrong. I'm going to call BS on the bridge. I'm going to say the neck, that's true about the neck. And I'm going to also say that's true that, the neck is it's too long. And I'm going to say that this is also the best trem system out there that I've had. I've played a little bit of Bigsby. I wasn't very good with it. I do think that this is similar action, but the fact that this has that chimey sound to it, I just love. I'm a huge lover of Resophonic guitars, of Dobros and lap steels. I love that metallic sound. So maybe this has something to do with it too. It's awesome. So this is my favorite guitar right now. This is going to be my surf rock guitar in the surf rock band that I'm going to do. And out of the 3 Fenders I own, this is the last one I'm going to sell. So there's the update.